The NBA Summer League is one of my favorite periods of basketball. It's truly an amazing spectacle of competition that I look forward to every year. But what is the NBA Summer League? Like, why does this happen? Well, to put it simply, it's a way for young players to show off their skills, almost like the combine scrimmages, except these guys are playing for their real NBA teams, and often it's the first time we get to see our future fan favorites play in their new uniforms. I mean, do you remember the hype around Zion Williamson's Summer League debut back in 2019? Even though he'd only end up playing in one quarter, it's almost like you knew exactly where you were when Zion Williamson made his Summer League debut. I know I did. It's the time we get to see undrafted players fighting for their basketball careers to even get a spot in training camp or a G League contract. So when does this happen? Well, the first games were in Sacramento, San Francisco, and Salt Lake City for the California and Utah Classic. In California, 6 NBA teams competed, which those teams were the Hornets, Warriors, Lakers, Heat, Kings, and Spurs. And then in Utah, we saw the Grizzlies, Thunder, Sixers, and Jazz. And these games are almost like preseason games. They really mean nothing. It's just an opportunity to get some runs in and build some chemistry, really adapt to the NBA. And I mean, a lot of times you'll send like your rookies, your second year players, but then like the rest of your roster is guys you've never played with, guys who are really good college players, like I said, are trying to make like an impact in the NBA. And so you really don't know, and these games like in California and in Utah are great ways to really get to know your team. Then on July 12th, the Las Vegas Summer League will start, and here, this is the traditional Summer League that you're used to. All 30 teams will play in 4 games in 2 weeks, and then the top 4 teams will go to the playoffs, and then after that, there will be a championship game on July 22nd. As for the other 26 teams that do not make the playoffs, they'll play one final game, kind of just to send off for the fans and to give those on the border players one final chance to gain a spot. The Summer League is where we've seen guys like LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Stephen Curry, and any other NBA star get their NBA debut. It's also a time we see average or below average NBA players absolutely ball out. Guys like Tyus Jones, Josh Hart, Kenny Lofton. I mean, there's so many players that like we may never hear of again be talked about for weeks straight because of Summer League. This year, I expect someone like DJ Burns to absolutely show out in this year's Summer League, so stay tuned for that. The Summer League really does give a good impression on what some of the NBA's youngest stars could pan out to be. However, it's not a guarantee. For example, last year's Rookie of the Year and third place finisher Victor Wembanyama and Brandon Miller both had subpar Summer League performances and ended up being really freaking good in the regular season. Even Karl Anthony Towns, Trae Young, Derrick Rose, Tim Duncan, and many other stars struggled in their Summer League showings. The Summer League truly is a fun time. It's a time that shows great competition, great heart, great basketball, and overall, it just gives us something to watch before college football, NFL, and NBA games come back. I'm particularly excited to see what this Summer League holds. There are so many stories to follow, and I just can't wait.